Hello, my friends. Went by the bank, asked for 50-cent pieces, and they had some. Unfortunately, these are all copper nickel ones, so they're only worth $2. I also asked for dollar coins. Uh, this one was already on my table. 2000 Denver. Only one of these that I'm interested in finding is 2000 Philadelphia. And then maybe, if it's got the Wounded Eagle Dyer or whatever it is, that makes it worth probably upwards of $50. As it is, this is $6 worth of money I can just spend somewhere. The best place to spend this stuff is at one of the self-serve, aisles in Kroger or something, where you can take money like this and pay in coin, as long as they accept it. And I know the Kroger ones accept $50 and dollar coins because I've done it before. All right, let's talk about something else. If you saw my live the other day, you saw where I had a couple binary notes, all saved for that 6. Had that 6 been a 2 or a 7, this would be a binary note. But that 6 ruins it. Makes it a $5 bill. It's an interesting thing, but not interesting enough to really keep. It's probably going to go back to circulation soon. Now, I did get a star note recently. This one's kind of worn and it's very common, so it's one I don't really need to keep. I can go ahead and send this one back to circulation because it's not worth anything. All right. Now, earlier I just did a video that I sent live. I was talking about going by a coin star and getting a few coins. And this is the coins. Couple nickels, a dime, and a 1 cent, which is 72. This coin. This coin, I looked it up. This is from Iran. This is the last Shah, I believe. So this particular coin somehow got in the US, and it doesn't look worn hardly at all. I mean, you can still see mint luster on it. So it's kind of odd that this made it to the United States. But it's not silver, it's not old enough. Now, I did get some other silver. Got this, which I kind of like because they would put 0.720, which is 72% silver, 1959, on this Guatemalan coin. It's 10 centavos. It's about the size of a US nickel, give or take, diameter wise, but it's not a super valuable coin. In fact, I think I paid right around melt for it, maybe even a little under, being with silver at $40. Smash down some staples, and I have a Guatemalan peso that's from 1896. It's 90% silver, which is quite a bit cooler than this one is. Now, then you have this one I got yesterday, 1957, with silver at $40, and this one being 2685 ASW. That makes this coin actually under melt at the price I paid, which kind of happens with foreign coins a lot. You can get them under melt around here, but I have a few of these. This one's got a bit of a tarnish and toning on it. It's a neat looking coin otherwise. Has a B down there, which I believe is a mint mark. 2 franc, 9 1/4 when I bought it. Being that it is a little bit more than 1/4 ounce actually. 4 of these, and you got an ounce of silver, which 4 times 9 1/4 is $37, and silver is 40 and change. So this makes this an under melt coin. Now, this bag is mainly Canadian coins. We'll have a look at some of the stuff in it. I got it for $1. Dump all this out into my hand. Talk about it. This is a token. It says Harmon and Son, West Union, Illinois. That's kind of neat. Mexican coin, 5 centavos, 1968. Oftentimes these foreign coins like this are offered at like 20 cents a piece. Oh, this is neat. This is a token, no real value to it. Unless, of course, you have like an arcade place that uses these. You could go in and play a game with it. But this is a Canadian nickel with King George on it. I've found many Canadian nickels. This one's from 1937. I've never found one with King George on it, though, in my change. So that's kind of interesting. A lot of these have Queen Elizabeth on them. 64, another one. Another one. There's a copper cent, 1978, which that's worth a penny. But also noticed in this, pull out some more of these with Queen Elizabeth on them. That 10-cent coin. This one is, geez, what's left of a U.S. quarter. That's George Washington on there, and it kind of looks like someone somehow got rid of the nickel coating, and it's just the copper center. That's pretty weird. King George. More Queen Elizabeth ones. Couple nickels. Several Canadian nickels. That's interesting because that is a wheat cent with a hole drilled in it. Right where the date is, too. That's interesting. That's a foreign coin. Slovenska Republic, 1996, I think. Yeah, 1996. interesting. I believe it's a different kind of coin. All right. All these, hello, Silver and Scars. All these are Queen Elizabeth coins. I find them in my change often. We'll lay them down there. Talk about what is in here that's different. As I was looking at the dime through the plastic, it's real hard to tell what the date is. But it's 68, which I believe makes it 1 year too late to be any silver. But these are all wheat cents from Canada, or not wheat cents, but maple cents. 1940, 46, 47, 45. All these have King George on them. And for years, I find lots and lots of Canadian wheats, or not wheats, but Canadian maple leaf coins like this. But I've never found one with King George on it in my change. So those are interesting. But all in all, I probably paid too much for that bag of coins. But let's see if we can make out the date on this wheat cent that came out of that bag. It's got a hole in it and it's looks sandblasted and stuff. Possibly been in the ground. Let's see if we can see what that says. 1930 maybe? 20? Something. It's really hard to read. Maybe if I scrape near the date, see if that pulls out anything. Oh yeah. Since it's no longer really collectible. It looks like that's a 2, so it's 1920. That last digit though, really hard to tell. But with a hole in it, it's really not worth much. So all these coins are going back into that bag, with really none of them being worth much of anything. But I only paid $1 for it, and oftentimes random world coins, if you buy them, they're sold by weight, or they're sold individually by a price. And the last time I was buying them, the coin dealer said 20 cents a piece. But they were bigger coins than, and not too many for Canada. They were Mexican and European coins and stuff. But I did think this was pretty crazy, finding this coin in a Coinstar reject tray. From what I can tell, it's from Iran, and before the revolution. So they'd put it in the 70s or maybe even a little older. It has a date on it, but they start their calendar different. It doesn't say 1970. It says something like, I'm not even sure. I looked this up using my Google Lens, and it told me it is Iranian war, which is interesting. I mean, I don't know how that got in the U.S. Probably came over with some student, maybe, before the revolution. That's pretty much covered what I have for this today. And silver under melt. It's always nice to get it under melt, even if it is a Swiss coin and it, it's not a lot of silver percentage wise, 835, but being an ASW 0.2685, so just a touch over a quarter ounce of silver. It's 925, so it's under melt. This one at $3, if this ASW is right, I'm thinking it would take about, I'm not sure. See if I can get this to work out. .0772 times about, I say at least 14 of them to make an ounce. That's actually a bit more. So it's actually closer to 13 of these. And 13 times 3 is 36. It's very close to melt. It's 13 times 0.0772. Yeah, that's 1 ounce. So it's 13 of these to make 1 ounce. So it's really close to melt value if that number's correct. It's only 720 silver though. And it has it right on the coin, which is kind of neat. But it's not every day you get to go by the bank and they have 50-cent coins, at least around here. And I did see a video or something where they're talking about 2025 will be the last year they make 50-cent coins. And it probably won't be too much longer before they stop making these dollar coins. No one really wants them. They've already stopped making the presidential ones. But there was one interesting thing back when they first made these, that if you played pinball, certain machines would allow you to put one of these in and get 5 games instead of 4 for 4 quarters, which that made it a popular coin for people who like to play pinball, but that was about it. It wasn't because of the design. This is just because you could get extra games playing pinball. But that's pretty much what I have for this tonight. I hope that everyone has a good night, and we'll catch you next time, because that's all I got.